Picture this, gentlemen. You're out on the town and you spot a beautiful woman across the room. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and you know you want to go talk to her. But there's just one problem. You have no idea what to say. Sound familiar? If so, don't worry. You're not alone. Approaching a woman and striking up a flirty conversation can be intimidating, especially if you're not sure how to keep things playful and engaging. But what if I told you that there are some simple techniques you can use to create instant chemistry and keep the spark alive? That's right. With a few key strategies up your sleeve, you can become a master of flirty banter and leave her hanging on your every word. In this video, we'll be exploring 10 tips and techniques for creating fun, flirtatious conversations that will keep her interested and coming back for more. From playful teases to subtle wordplay, we'll cover everything you need to know to become a banter pro. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take your flirting game to the next level. Before we explore today's topic, if you're open to transforming your dating strategies, click on the link below for a free 60-minute coaching call with one of our experts. Now let's dive in. 1. Start with a playful tease. All right, guys, let's kick things off with one of the most effective ways to break the ice and set a playful tone: the gentle tease. When you start a conversation with a light-hearted joke or playful jab, you're sending a clear signal that you're not taking things too seriously and that you're not afraid to have a little fun. But here's the key. You want to keep your teasing gentle and good-natured. You're not trying to insult her or make her feel bad about herself. You're just poking a little fun in a way that shows you're confident and easygoing. For example, let's say she orders a fruity cocktail at the bar. You might say something like, "Ooh, looks like someone's got a sweet tooth tonight. I bet you were the kid who always went straight for the candy aisle at the grocery store." See how that works? You're not making fun of her drink choice. You're just using it as a playful springboard for conversation. And by doing so, you're creating an instant sense of familiarity and rapport, like you're already old friends who can joke around with each other. So don't be afraid to lead with a tease. Just make sure it comes from a place of warmth and good humor, and watch as the sparks start to fly. 2. Use light sarcasm. Once you've broken the ice with a playful tease, it's time to keep the banter flowing with some well-placed sarcasm. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't sarcasm a little risky? Won't it make me come across as rude or insensitive? Well, the key here is to keep your sarcasm light and playful. You don't want to be biting or mean-spirited. You just want to add a little edge to the conversation that keeps things interesting. For example, let's say she tells you she just got back from a beach vacation. You might say something like, "Oh, how awful. I can't imagine anything worse than lounging on a beautiful beach sipping pina coladas. You poor thing." See how that works? You're not actually making fun of her vacation. You're just adding a playful twist that shows you're not afraid to be a little irreverent. And by doing so, you're creating a sense of chemistry and connection, like you're two quick-witted people who are on the same wavelength. 3. Compliment with a twist. All right, guys, let's talk about one of the most classic moves in the flirting playbook, the compliment. When you praise something about her, whether it's her style, her intelligence, or her sense of humor, you're showing that you're paying attention and that you appreciate what makes her unique. But here's the thing. Not all compliments are created equal. If you really want to make an impact, try giving her a compliment with a little twist. For example, instead of just saying, "You have beautiful eyes," you might say something like, "You know, I've been trying to figure out what color your eyes are all night. Are they more of a stormy gray or a deep, mysterious blue?" See the difference? By adding a playful, unexpected element to your compliment, you're showing that you're not just reciting a line. You're genuinely interested in her and paying attention to the details. And that, my friends, is the kind of thing that will make her heart skip a beat. 4. Match her energy. One of the most important things to keep in mind when you're flirting is that it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. And one of the best ways to create a sense of connection and chemistry is to match her energy and enthusiasm. What do I mean by that? Well, if she's feeling playful and giggly, don't be afraid to let your own playful side come out. If she's feeling more serious and introspective, take a cue from her tone and adjust your own accordingly. The key is to be attuned to her mood and to communicate in a way that feels natural and authentic to both of you. By doing so, you're creating a sense of harmony and understanding, like you're two people who are perfectly in sync. So pay attention to her energy, and don't be afraid to let your own shine through in response. Enjoying the video? Give it a like and tell us what you think. And if you're looking for tailored advice, our free dating strategy call will teach you how to meet more women and confidently navigate the dating scene. Reserve your session through the pinned comment. 5. Use open-ended questions. Another great way to keep the conversation flowing and create opportunities for flirty banter? asking open-ended questions that require more than just a yes or no answer. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like to travel?" which can be answered with a simple yes or no, you might ask something like, "What's the most adventurous trip you've ever taken?" By asking questions that invite her to share stories, opinions, and experiences, you're not just keeping the conversation going, you're also giving her an opportunity to reveal more about herself and to feel heard and understood. And as she opens up to you, don't be afraid to share your own stories and experiences in return. By doing so, you're creating a sense of intimacy and connection, like you're two people who are genuinely interested in getting to know each other. 6. Throw in some puns. Who doesn't love a good pun? When it comes to flirty banter, a well-placed pun can be the perfect way to keep things light, playful, and full of laughs. For example, let's say you're at a coffee shop and she orders a latte. You might say something like, "I've been trying to come up with a good coffee pun all day, but I'm afraid they've all been done to a T." See what I did there? By throwing in a clever play on words, you're showing off your wit and your sense of humor, two qualities that are always attractive in a potential partner. Just remember not to overdo it with the puns. You don't want to come across as trying too hard or being too cheesy. Use them sparingly and in the right moments, and watch as they add an extra spark of fun and flirtation to your conversation. 7. Flirt with your eyes. All right, guys, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools in your flirting arsenal, your eyes. The way you look at her can communicate volumes about your interest and your intentions, and can be a great way to create a sense of intimacy and connection. When you're talking to her, don't be afraid to hold her gaze for just a beat longer than usual. Let your eyes linger on hers, and give her a playful, flirty smile that says, "I'm enjoying this conversation, and I'm enjoying you." You can also use your eyes to create a sense of shared experience and understanding. For example, if she makes a joke or a witty comment, catch her eye and give her a knowing look, like you're two people who are in on the same secret. 8. Use double entendres. Ready to take your flirty banter to the next level? Try incorporating some double entendres, phrases that have a subtle, flirtatious double meaning. For example, let's say you're at a bar and she orders a spicy margarita. You might say something like, "Wow, looks like someone's feeling adventurous tonight. I bet you like to spice things up in all areas of your life." See what I did there? The phrase "spice things up" has a playful, flirtatious double meaning. It could refer to her drink choice, but it could also be a subtle nod to her adventurous spirit and her willingness to try new things. Wink, wink. The key with double entendre is to keep them subtle and playful. You don't want to come across as crude or overtly sexual. Use them sparingly and in the right moments, and watch as they add an extra layer of flirtatious tension to your conversation. Just remember to gauge her reaction and make sure she's comfortable with the level of flirtation. If she seems uncomfortable or uninterested, back off and keep things more lighthearted. But if she's responding positively and bantering back, well, then you might just be on your way to a very flirty evening indeed. 9. Keep the conversation moving. One of the biggest mistakes guys make when they're trying to flirt is letting the conversation stall out or fizzle. They get so caught up in trying to think of the perfect thing to say that they end up saying nothing at all, and the spark of connection starts to fade. To avoid this, make a conscious effort to keep the conversation flowing smoothly. If there's a lull, don't be afraid to jump in with a new topic or a playful question. If she seems to be losing interest, try switching gears and bringing up something you know she's passionate about. The key is to be present and engaged in the conversation, to listen actively to what she's saying and to respond in a way that shows you're paying attention. By doing so, you're creating a sense of momentum and excitement, like you're two people who are on a fun, flirtatious journey together. 10. End on a high note. All right, guys, you've been flirting up a storm and the conversation is starting to wind down. Now what? The key is to end things on a high note, to leave her feeling good and wanting more. One great way to do this is to give her a playful, flirtatious compliment that ties back to something you talked about earlier in the conversation. For example, let's say you bonded over your shared love of sushi. As you're saying goodbye, you might say something like, "You know, I have a feeling you're going to be dreaming about sushi tonight. But don't worry, I promise I won't tell anyone about your secret obsession." See how that works? You're ending the conversation with a playful reference to something you connected over, and you're also leaving the door open for future flirtation. Just remember to keep your compliment genuine and specific to her. Don't just throw out a generic, "You're so beautiful," and call it a day. Show her that you were paying attention, and that you can't wait to pick up where you left off next time. So now that you know how to create flirtatious banter with a woman, what's next for you? Discover the clear signs she wants to sleep with you, or learn the signs you're a sexually attractive guy. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.